What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I am Surge T, and on tonight's video, I'll be doing my rundown and thoughts on AEW Dynamite for the 10th of November 2021. Now, first match is Bryan Danielson versus a familiar foe in Rocky Romero, who apparently approached the, what do you call it, the best friends, Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta and I guess Chris Statler as well to join his Chaos group. And the match was very competitive because these two know each other and have a history. But in the end, Danielson wins by a submission. And they're continuing to make him dominant and win his matches. The first match he had was with Kenny Omega, of course, and it was a draw. And so ever since that point, he's gone well, I believe it's 8-0 now because it was 7-0 when he came in. So yeah, if I remember seeing the what it said on the screen. But it was a very good match. I enjoyed it, and let's continue. The Inner Circle, they were headed to the ring, and they end up being attacked by America's Top Team as they are sung to the ring, as Jericho always is. And Jericho is then in the ring triple power bombed by, you know, who was that? It was the Men of the Year, and it was hoisting him up, and then it was Dan Lambert who was sitting on the top turnbuckle and put Jericho through the table, and then he puts Jericho in the walls. And who was it? Was it one of the guys at the Men of the Year, either Scorpio or Ethan Page, was making Jericho's arm tap out. So and they got the drop on him. But we still have Full Gear this Saturday to see whether or not they can continue to do that face to face, because he definitely got the drop on him. But we'll see. Now, Dr. Britt, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel go one on one. I mean, go in trios actions, I should say, against Tay Conte and the J. And according to what do you call it, in a rare slip of Excalibur saying that Thunder Rosa was going to be the challenger to Dr. Britt's title at Full Gear. No, he was corrected in a kind of like a way where he wasn't embarrassed by who was the one that corrected him. It was I think JR. And it was a very competitive match, and it was a fun match. I love all these ladies. I think they all are talented. But in the end, Ty Conti pins Rebel. Maybe I'll take that back. Rebel, I think she's seen her better days. I think she better step it up and clean up some of her stuff in the ring, or just once it's enough with her with her. What does she do? She only throws big boots and an elbow or something like that. That's the only move that I've seen her pull and throw in this match. And Ty Conti gets the win for her team. That's good. Good momentum on her side because she's challenging Dr. Britt. Now, Chris Statlander and Ruby Soho, they have more words for each other ahead of their semi-final match in the TBS Women's Championship Tournament. So they're both very determined. They both do have respect, but then at the same time, it's not about that when it comes to this match. And I can't wait to see it. This is going to be a very good match, and I like both ladies, and I'm glad that they got themselves put together in a very important match to kind of stake their claim as to being the first TBS Women's Champion. Now, Jungle Boy and Anthony Bowen go one on one, and it's Anthony Bowen who taps out to the snare trap and by Jungle Boy, and he is then attacked by Bobby Fish. And I was saying this for the longest time about Bobby Fish and where he kind of, you know, factors in with his old running buddy, Adam Cole, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, the AEW World Title match at Full Gear is maybe a night that Hangman finally realizes his dream of finally becoming the AEW World Champion. He was in that finals match with Jericho to crown the first champion, and Jericho won that match. And since then, and since losing the tag team titles that he shared with Omega, he kind of went down the hill, and he kind of went about the way of just kind of giving up, you know. And I believe that the Dark Order was the one who really got him going. They always were pushing him to be a part of them, and when he once he did, he started getting his focus, and he started getting his mind back on what he wanted, and it's this title. And I hope he does win at thing at Full Gear. Now, no dispute, says Matt Jackson at Bobby Fish, who appears to have reunited with his Undisputed Era buddy Adam Cole. And this is the era of the Elite, and if Cole is cool with Fish, then the Bucks are down with that. I like the little jabs that they did at the Undisputed Era when Cole and Bobby Fish were a part of that, you know. And maybe there's something there. He's probably going to be their enforcer or Cole's enforcer, and then maybe Adam Cole is going to finally remember what happened to him when he got unceremoniously kicked out of the Bullet Club, out of the Elite, I should say, as well. Or is it just the Elite because they were a part of the Bullet Club, right? So let's see what happens. Kyle O'Reilly, it's rumored that his contract is coming up in about a month or so. And is he going to leave and go to AEW? And are they going to slowly form? Because they were the nucleus at first, you know, for the Undisputed Era. And then Roderick Strong joined them. When Roderick Strong and with Pete Dunne were challenging the Undisputed Era, and I believe it's in the finals of the Dusty Cup. And then, of course, the what do you call it? The double, the double stab in the back. He turned his back on Roddy did on Pete Dunne, and then the Undisputed Era won the Dusty Cup. So it kind of goes back to that, and because Roderick Strong is going nowhere. I mean, Diamond Mine, but is that really something that is going to be indicative of showing what he can do? I mean, there's some talented people in that group, but I mean, it would be great if he left WWE and came to AEW, and then they could reform. You know what I mean? I don't know what they'd be named. They'll find a name for them, for their group. But let's move on. Kingston and Punk. See a preview for Full Gear, and this may be the most anticipated match this year. Wheeler Yuta now goes one-on-one with Wardlow, who in the end delivers 4 power bombs and puts Yuta away and wins this match. Wheeler Yuta is really the weak link in this group. I've seen what he can do. He's no slouch in the ring, but why is it that he keeps losing? Why is it that he is the one that doesn't seem to carry his load when it comes to, the Undisputed Era and the Best Friends? And then after this match, we see Matt Hardy, who's sitting on ringside. He delivers a post-match twist of hate with Cassidy's neck in a wheelchair. In the chair, I should say. His head stuck in the chair, and it was brutal. He delivered it, and sometimes when I see that, I just wonder how these guys do it. How is it that they are able to keep their, they're professionals and they know what they're doing, but sometimes you look at it and you're thinking, one slight move to the left or the right off of their plan, and a person could have their neck broken, But now let's, Punk and Kingston, they brawl or almost do, as they are kept apart by wrestlers and officials in the parking lot. And I went back and forth, and they were keeping them apart. And really, there's a lot of just hate between these two. Just starting off of when, Punk was in an interview, and then Kingston thought he was laughing at him. And then the following week, when they were first trading words, and then they started trading blows, and this thing, it's like they're being kept apart. So it's just like, is it going to be a parking lot brawl? I mean, you can't keep this in a match in the ring. They're going to end up in the crowd, in the backstage, the concession stand. They're going to be out in the parking lot. You might as well have it a parking lot brawl. I mean, who doesn't love a good old fashioned parking lot brawl? I know I do. Eddie Guerrero and John Cena, and then you have yes, the best friends. Remember that the best friends and Santana and Ortiz, wasn't that a parking lot brawl kind of thing, right? Yeah, you know. So yeah, now Leo Rush and Dante Martin versus Matt Seidel and Lee Moriarty, and Lee Moriarty just get pinned by Dante Martin after a double top rope moonsault. Dante Martin, man, this is a guy that when I saw him and his brother Top Flight, a tag team, I'm thinking, man, it's a pretty good, decent tag team. Very athletic, very high, a lot of high flying, a lot of stuff. And then I never ever even looked to focus on Dante Martin. This is a guy that they can really groom to be a main eventer because the guy has it. He has everything. He's a guy who can go in the ring. He can go move for move. He can get moves and transition out of just the most impossible thing, right? Like he's in some type of a move and he can just get out of it and turn it into some holy, crap type of a moment. Like holy, you know what I mean? So I'm really continuing to keep my eye on the guy, man. I mean, Leo Rush, yeah, for a little bit, but Leo Rush is getting really annoying. We get it, Leo. You're quick in the ring. Like it kind of gets to the point where it's just like you're seeing him do his quick stuff in the ring, and it's just like it looks like he's trying to let you know that he's quick. Not that he is quick, but it looks like he's doing it just to prove to you how quick he is. And it's just like, we got it. We got it. But he's a guy. He's an amazing wrestler. I'm not gonna say take that away from him, but sometimes it's just like, we got it. You're quick. We got it. Now, Miro and Danielson at Full Gear. The winner gets a shot at the AEW World Champion. I'm trying to think. Is it already the finals? I'm trying to remember, when did Miro face? What do you call it? He was supposed to face Orange Cassidy, right? And then all of a sudden he's now in the final taking on Danielson. It's kind of confusing because I think that this is how it is, but I'm kind of feeling like he kind of skipped. Maybe they had the matches at what do you call it, during Dark or something. I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch Dark or Elevation. I don't because I don't have time. But you know we see Miro talking about his God again, and that if he wants Danielson to lose, to go back home to to lose so that his wife can, because like his wife can see him lose, and then Miro can go back to his home to his wife. Like, what's keeping him from going home to his wife? What does that what does that mean? You know what I mean? But that's gonna be a good match at Full Gear. You saw Dax Harwood versus the Bastard Pac, who taps out to Dax Harwood, Pac taps out Dax Harwood. And it's amazingly physical and hard-hitting match. It was a very, very good match. Unfortunately, I had to keep fast. At times I fast forwarded because of the stupid chants. I'm tired of the chants of what these guys do. And it's always the same ones. It's always the same things. Can you guys stop already? It's not only in this show. Also, it's also in. When I watched after I watched this, I watched NXT UK. Same thing. I had to fast forward because these dumb chants. It seems the same chants every time. Can you guys switch it up a little bit, please? But very good match. Hard hitting. Of course, after the match, Cash Wheeler came in and put a beat down on I think as well. I had a hard time with my what do you call it, the app. I was watching it on the thing, Xfinity app. I was watching it and it kept stopping and stalling, and by the time I got it back on, I couldn't go back to the ending of it. So I don't know if he got saved by the Lucha Bros. Bobby did. I'm not sure, but yeah, that was a very good match. Very good. I loved it. It could have been the main event, but in the main event they have a contract signing, which is rare. I've seen it before, but oftentimes it's a match. But this contract signing, we hear Hangman say that the sooner he signs, the sooner he is to kicking Omega's ass and winning the AEW World Championship, I say. And then Omega appears to praise Hangman after kind of like reading him, kind of like talking about his failures, walking away. Omega's talking about how he wanted to help him, but then Hangman says that, well, how come when I was on the ground after you pinned me to become the number one contender, and then you said, good job, and like that, and I'm proud of you, right? And then when Omega didn't sign yet, but Hangman did, And then he walks away, Omega, and says that very same thing, but says it sarcastically. That, I'm very proud of you, and you know, good match or good job, and I'm proud of you, something like that. And then what happens is the cameraman hits him from behind, hits Hangman from behind, and I thought it was Michael Nakazawa, but it wasn't. It was Don Callis. And then doing what they do best, right? And then they end up, I guess he got busted open by that camera. And then Omega takes the blood from the forehead of Hangman and signs the contract, or just smears it. He didn't really look like he was signing it. He just like this, all in blood. And would have been more brutal if he pulled out a pen and did that. You know what I mean? Like, just rub it, just soak it in the blood, and then like that. Because I think I saw that happen on something or somewhere in WWE. I think they did that, or it could have been on AEW. I don't know, but I've seen it before. But yeah, that's a very, very good. I guess you can call this the go home show for AEW Rampage. I mean, excuse me, AEW Full Gear. Looking forward to it. A lot of great matches are coming up. They're going to be. It's going to be a good. It's going to be a good one. It's probably going to rival All Out. All Out was great when they had All Out. This is going to be, and even Double or Nothing was great. This one's going to probably be the one that's going to rival those pay-per-views, simply because of the look of the card. Could easily shit the bed. It could easily be something that's not going to live up to the hype, because there's a lot going into this pay-per-view that's going to happen Saturday the 13th, this Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. Then I never ever feel like I'm wasting money. $49 to pay for it, then I don't mind. I did kind of waste the money on the All Out the year before. That's the only time that I've watched the pay-per-view that I didn't like from AEW. But so much for that. Let's end this video. And I just want to say, for those of you who stopped by and checked out my video, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.